So recently, I got this in my YouTube recommended. The GMTK Game Jam 2025 video. Now, I've been wanting to try my hand in a game jam for a while now, so I decided that I would just try it out and see how it would go. The problem is, I didn't seem to realize that when the video was released, the game jam had already started. This jam was only 4 days long and started on the 30th of July, while I started on the 1st of August at basically midnight. So instead of having 4 days to work on it, well, I had 1.5 days. So basically, I was screwed. Thankfully, I already had a general idea of what I wanted to create. The idea is a mild horror story game about job interviews. But looking back, I really had no idea what I was going to do. But either way, I went on at the start of my full day of being able to work on it, which, to remind you, is literally my only full day of working on it. I thankfully already had worked on part of it the night before with the system of pushing buttons being finished, which would lead to other questions or reset you back to the first question. The more resets you got, the more questions you would be able to unlock. This was done in order for me to fulfill the theme of the game jam, which was loop. To start off my day, I woke up at 5 in the morning and wrote the game script for about 6 hours. This included 20 endings and over 50 other questions that you could get. Then I implemented all of these into the program I had created the night before, along with designing the beginning screen for the game. If you can't tell by now, I'm not the greatest with UI design, which will be a recurring theme throughout this project. After I had done this, I realized that my game was, well, kind of boring. There was no real objective in the game since the player couldn't track what they had already done. So I decided to implement a tracker for the player so they could see all of the endings that they had already completed. This gave the player an actual goal and allowed the player to track their progress. Along with the tracker, I added some save states so that the player could leave the game and still keep what they had done before. And by now it was 10 p.m. and I had already been working on this project for 17 hours straight. So I began to start losing my sanity. Thankfully, for the last 7 hours, I had been in a voice chat with my friend Amarok, and sometimes others that would pop in and out, and help me keep my sanity while we sang Epica the Musical. Eventually, I decided that the text system that I had implemented earlier that would type each individual letter was taking too long. So I implemented a fast type system because I can't keep reading my own work 1,000 times over. This only took a solid half hour, and now it was 10:30. And this is where it got really bad. I had this idea where the game would tell you what you had already done, and boy was I naive. Basically, it'd tell you all of your previously discovered questions and where the answers you clicked would lead. I kid you not. I spent an entire hour trying to figure out these stupid scroll boxes in Godot. For some stupid reason, I couldn't figure out how to group my Polygon 2D and my label in order to put them in the stupid scroll box. Eventually, at around 12:30 in the morning, I decided to just code my own scrolling system, and it took 2 minutes. Around this time, Rel joined the call and designed the character for the game, and I have zero clue how she did this. She designed the character in under an hour, and it looks amazing. Everybody say happy belated birthday to her in the comments, and just how amazing she is for doing this right after her birthday party. Soon, it was 1:30 in the morning, and I decided not to finish the entirety of the questions found in the GUI. So you can see what the questions you found, and not what the answers do, which I'm fine with. And after a 21-hour day of working on this, I decided to call it quits and just go to bed. When I woke up, I had just 4 hours before it was due, and Amarok and another friend who had been helping me playtest, Slapples, sent me 6 more endings that they had thought of the previous night, of which I immediately implemented. And finally, after all of this chaos, I submitted the project to the Game Jam. You can access the game in the description, and I would love if you played and rated it. It really helps. I would like to say that this was such an insanely fun experience, and I can't wait to try another one. Thanks to all the people who helped playtest the game, or create art, or create the thumbnail. Thank you. I couldn't have done it without you.